Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how you can access and view your errors made in a pull request. I'm going to be going through different examples of different pull requests that have the different type of errors that I'm going to teach you how to access them. So firstly, at the bottom of each pull request there's this framed window called the continuous integration, or CI abbreviated. And overall it tests your overall code for errors, quality, security, and all of that. And as you can see inside of this, there's a lot of little things called jobs or checks, and they test your code by their own individual criteria. So they test your code by one individual uh, strategy or different side of your code. So overall, it will be testing your code by all the criteria. So the Checkstyle uses several multiple companies to provide these jobs to ensure higher efficiency. So the first, the company or CI service is the Azure from Microsoft. You can distinguish it from the rest by this blue rocket icon. So all of the jobs with this icon are from the Azure CI service. Next is the circle CI. You can distinguish it by the dark circle icon. Um, then it's the semaphore. Um, it is depicted as a red and green lines. Then it's Aware CI service, the Windows friendly CI service. You can see it by the blue circle. And finally, the GitHub action. It is the another CI service that it just has the icon of the default GitHub page. And all of these CI services provide the jobs, but that they are independent. These CI services are independent from one another, and because of that, they might overlap in terms of years. So multiple CI services, they might show you the same year. So for example, you just have the 3 years, it might actually show you that it has like 20 failing jobs, but it's actually only 3 years because multiple CI services, they encounter the same year independently from one another. So in order to see the year, you just need to, before we actually proceed, to remind you that um, fixing the continuous integration is totally your responsibility, and it's not the mentor's responsibility because it's actually your pull request and you should fix it on your own. And you can see that it has green and red colors on the left. Green means that the job has run successfully and you need to be concerned about it. And the red means that it actually encounters some problems and years that you need to fix. So in order to see the years of the problematic job, you just click on that job. So let's start with Azure. And it's going to redirect you to another page. From Azure, it actually redirects you first to the Checkstyle that is actually useless. But you always need to try to mentally imagine how do you access the years. So for Azure, you can do it. It already shows you, but it doesn't have any information. So in order to access full details, you need to click View More Details on Azure Pipelines. And you see it navigates us to its own Azure web page. And you can see here lots of years that it already shows us. But if you scroll down, it shows the jobs that were failed. So you can either press it or press that. So I will press on the failed job. And it redirected as here. You can see the list of jobs again that failed. In this job test section, it just tells us the summary of the process, but the actual result is in a bash section. So it shows as the logs of execution that has the actual year information. So before we proceed, the rule of thumb is that the first year that was ever spotted in the logs of execution is the most important year, and the other years below it, they usually come as the result of the first year. So what do you need to do? You start from the end, you just scroll up, and if you see some year, if you don't understand it or you think it's illegible, it's alright. You just skip it and scroll up and move on the second one. If you can fix it here, you fix it, but you scroll up again and you scroll all the way up to the beginning until there are no more years to look at. So let's say, so I don't understand this here. Okay, so I just scroll up. So this here is just about some no such file, and let's say I understand it and fix it, and I just scroll upwards to look for the next year. Okay, so this is again the similar year, just from the different design. Let's say I understand this as well. Just scroll up. Okay, and there are no more years. And as you could see, the years for Azure CI service, they're highlighted in red, and they start with the year prefix. And once you fix all the years you can understand, you just push it to your pull request and see if it was fixed. So you can see for the other jobs, you can just click on them. They have the same section, similar sections. And you can see that they actually have the same names, but just with additional language prefix. So they basically have the similar results. So very similar logs of execution, but they just run it so it will be compatible for every language and operational system. So yeah, and you might be wondering, do you have to run, do you have to push it to the CI on your pull request every time in order to see if you have any years? And I will assure you, you can actually run this on your local computer by running a certain script. You see in the Checkstyle as a folder .ci, it has a lot of shell scripts ending with .ch, and one of them, and each of the scripts, they run basically most of these jobs. They can tell you if they have any years on your computer. So you need to first see which script was run in order to receive this log of execution. And for Azure CI service, you just scroll all the way up, and they show you the command that was run after a particular CMD prefix. So you see this command was used in order to run this. So you can literally just copy this command and just paste it in your terminal, click enter, and it will run this report for you. So you'll get the same results on your computer. But sometimes if you don't have a Windows, if you don't have a Linux and you have Windows like me, this might not work because shell script is usually for Linux only. You might just go inside the source of the script and just look for this argument if it has any. So we open it in a IDE, search for the script, open it, just search for the argument, and we see that this is actually the raw command that was used in order to run the results of the test. So alternatively, you can just copy this command and just paste this into your terminal instead, and this will run it for you. So that's how you run it for your local. I'm just going to show you once how you can run it in a raw version. So that's it for this type of job. So another common type of the Azure CI service failure is the job spelling. So again, just click on it in order to open it. You go to the Azure webpage, go to Bash in order to see results. And for job spelling check particularly, it doesn't highlight anything in red, but if you read carefully, it will say that it has detected the misspelling. So that counts as a year. And it also proposes you to fix it right away. And if you actually think that this is not a misspelling and it needs to be whitelisted, just copy this comment and just run it into your terminal. If you want to run this job in your local, again, you just scroll up to find the comment. So after CMD, is this comment that you need to run. Again, you just copy it, paste it in your terminal, and run. And that's how you do it. So that's it for the common jobs for the Azure CI service,